What's happening? This is very scary. I mean, because on this one, you never know when you're actually live. It could be now. It could be not now. I'm actually not sure because I don't see.
You are alive. We are alive.
Oh, that's good. Wow. Hello, everybody. Ciao, Chiara. Where are you?
Very good. I am at the Castle of Casalborgone. So how does it get even better than this?
I love it. And I see you are in there's Moira coming out of the Broglia suite.
Yeah.
I see the lady. I like it.
We have this fire on. It's beautiful and nurturing and amazing. And we're talking about pragmatic. So is it too beautiful to talk about pragmatic? What do you say, Susanna?
I would say beauty is very pragmatic. So I just told the ladies. So I'm not at the castle, as you see. I'm in a countryside in Austria, and so the castle is extremely pragmatic. It's so beautiful that it melts. It literally melts your whatever you think you've got going on where you can't receive. And there are a few of those places around the world. Like sometimes you can have this in nature, sometimes you can have this in beautiful old cities where it's so beautiful it just melts all the places where you think you cannot receive, or where you think you cannot have and be all the greatness you are. And it's like, what if you give yourself permission to such a weird noise, huh? So what if you give yourself permission to be the greatness that you truly are? Because being and receiving goes together. And when we talk about receiving, whether it's receiving wealth, money, receiving clients, receiving new business projects, in order to be able to receive all those things, you got to be willing to be what those things require of you to be able to come to you, and the castle is definitely a place where it shows you, hey, you have what it takes to be great. All you got to do is receive. And that for me is very pragmatic. That is where you go, okay, I'm going to do what works. I'm going to do what's required and choose what's required to have all those things I say I'm asking for. Because we've learned to say, universe, what are the infinite possibilities to have la 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 in my life? Whatever, insert, and then we it's really cool to be honest. Am I just saying it? Or is this something I'm really willing to have and receive? And that's such a different ball game to be clear. And I must say, last time I was at the castle, and I'm one of the investors also. So just being with this and having the castle in my life is something that made me step up. I never thought, that, of course, I was dreaming of being a princess when I was a child, and maybe it was past lifetimes memories, or maybe it's not even a maybe, but it was not like having a castle or in my life was not something I could imagine. But I asked for the energy of it, and it's so incredible what shows up when you're asking for it and being willing to be and receive. And that's for me pragmatic. I mean, we can all go in our heads and go, oh, what would it take? What would it take? And then, think about it and worry about what we should do. But the pragmatics of creation and creating your life is using you, using your difference, using who you are as the greatest potential. It's like, how can you use you to your advantage? And yeah.
Wow. I love that. There is this total reset of reset of learning and what is experience and what we define ourselves as. And there is this like, okay, what if you access you now?
Yeah.
Like fully and beyond what you think could be you. You know, we kind of try to put like definition around ourselves and just like wrap ourselves in a nice box. And then it's like,
yep. And exactly that. And it's like even the crazy parts of you or the things that other people might have judged as crazy about you or insane, or where you have gone into, oh my God, I'm so crazy and so insane. You know, I've seen this so often. I worked in psychiatry as a psychologist and therapist. And so I've seen so many times when people go into these labels and the definition of themselves of I am wrong, I'm horrible, I can't, I'm insane, and then discovering what treasure box this craziness is, and how that insanity is actually the sanity that our world requires, especially right now. So it's like everywhere you've decided you're crazy and insane, how can you use this as a treasure box to create your life, to create your future? And everything doesn't allow that, that's destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, fuck, fuck, all night shorts, boys and beyonds.
you know, I was thinking about like being a practitioner of something and how often we like limit our field of expertise, but not just the field of expertise, but the field of knowing. Because you're like, oh, I am, I don't know, this kind of therapist, or I am a teacher, I am an hairdresser. And you think that's like the place where you can play, like your arena. And the tools that you have available are, you know, if you're an hairdresser, is a comb and your ability to chat and maybe something else, but you know, a limited number of tools. And like I wonder also if you were willing to like own how like definitely different you are, would you limit yourself or would you play in whatever field is fun for you? And
Gosh, I love that. That is so brilliantly put. Exactly. Like in this reality, like you're a dentist or you are a social worker or you're a teacher or you are, you know, and then if you are a dentist, you're only supposed to receive people for with, you know, because of their teeth stuff. If you're a teacher, you receive children and that's your expertise. And it like all these territories, all these definitions, and it's like, what else can you expand into? It's like, how much can you allow your business to expand into, adding even more things, you know, like not niching yourself into, I am this profession, therefore I can only deal with that. Or maybe even if you do access and you say, oh, my thing is bodies. Yeah, maybe it's more than bodies. Maybe your thing is bodies and beings and animals and, you know, so it's like, what if you didn't have a definition on what it is you do as your profession? Would that expand your life? And would you like to have your life and your business and your finances expand to that degree? And what that takes is really like, number one, letting go of the definitions of I am a veterinarian, so I can only receive animals, you know, and annoying people, and you know, or whatever it is. It's like, what have you decided you cannot receive as your business, and what have you decided you cannot handle, where you think you lack the experience, where you lack the, you know, the education? And is that really true? So all those lies you've bought about that, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So what we want to invite you with this pragmatic practitioner is to know that you can handle anything, and the willingness to, you know, to add to your life and to your business more possibilities, more, you know, different kinds of clients, and becoming really clear on what is it you would like to have as the future of your business, of your life, of, you know, where you can use your capacities to facilitate. It's like, is it only this kind of clients? Is it Is it more than that? And what, like really becoming clear on what future would you like to create with your practice, with your clients, with the work you do? And then accessing more of those capacities. So for example, I just had a Pragmatic Practitioner class. It's based and by the way, the Pragmatic Practitioner class is part of Pragmatic Psychology. And so I just recently had one in the French Switzerland, yeah. And so there was a woman, she was working as a flight attendant, and she said, I have to do, like, I'm basically a psychologist in the air. And I'm like, yep, you are. Because she had to learn how to deal with people and how to manipulate them to do what they're supposed to do in a flight. And what do I do with annoying people? And it's incredible what she meets like on a daily basis. And she said, I want to know more about having ease with that. Let me see. So she said, I want to know more about having ease with that. And also, it's like she also wanted to learn more about how can I create a side business for coaching. And so like she totally went out of her comfort zone and learned how to apply the tools of foundation in her new coaching business, where she didn't only want to receive people who come for access, but anybody, So that's what we played with. And same with hairdressers. I have so many hairdressers coming to these classes who say, yeah, it's like, I'm a psychologist too, in a way. I'm like, yes, you are, and I don't know if the Wi-Fi is well enough. Let me see. Is it okay?
It works.
Okay, cool. Awesome, cool. So it's so funny, like the amount of hairdressers who come to these practitioner classes who say, I want to have more ease with my with the customers. And also I want to, also create my side business with coaching and facilitation and find out what I know about it. And then other people come because they have learned some kind of modality that they try to live up to and do it the way that they were taught. And rather than finding like, what do I, as who I be, bring to the situation where, because people, I know this so well from when I was working with psychotherapy. Like the receptionists, they were always asking the patients, so what kind of psychotherapy would you like? Would you like psychodynamic? Would you like cognitive behavioral therapy? Would you like this and that? And they said, I don't care. I don't care what it is. And I don't know. I just want to have change. And I want to have this person. I want to come to this person. And because they could feel that person, for who they are, is someone who can help them. And they didn't care about what the name was. And that was so amazing to see. It's like people come to you for you and not for like the name of what it is you provide. Like they want the change and the facilitation they need. And it's like, what if you're available for that? And everything doesn't allow that, will you destroy and create it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
Can I just interrupt? There is one question that you asked at the very beginning, and it was so natural that I just want to like highlight it. And you said, what will work?
Yeah.
And it's so simple that sometimes it slides through words. It's like, hey, but like, what will work? It's such like it's being willing to look at what is, and also what will work in the future. So somehow you're just also tapping into into your knowing, and instead of the probability of something and the like, I don't know, I put the seed in the soil and then I water it and then plants grow, you're going more for the possibility. What if it's not a plant? What if it's something completely different? What if it's a love letter that gets out of the soil when you least expect it?
I love that. Is again so brilliantly put, Chiara. Exactly. It's like, and it's not about how it looks, what gets created as change. And that's another thing that I was taught when I was taught psychotherapy. I was taught that it does matter a lot how the result looks and what gets created. And there's definitely a right and there's definitely a wrong. And that is so not pragmatic. That is actually dramatic. And because you're always judging yourself as a therapist, you go, I didn't do that the way I'm supposed to, but the person is happy. Okay, but that doesn't count because it's so insane. It's like, as you said, whatever gets created, and it's never about achieving a result when you work with people. It's about facilitating choice, and that's a totally different paradigm. Yeah.
Wow. And funny enough, I was wondering, like, when you said it's not about working with people, like facilitating a change, how much is that kind of changing the perspective of the earth as well? Like, how much when you're having this conversation, you're willing to not go in the story and the probability of, I don't know, the how do you call it, like the global eating or that and that happening and having that impact that is predicted by science, but also being willing to be the agent of change that you be, and like, what are you contributing to the place where the conversation is being had, the, like, really the earth. And I cannot wait for this class to happen, and just this place Castello di Casalborgone is like, here now I feel like the molecule of the walls like buzzing,
You make me cry. It's that is like thank you for that, and gosh, that brings tears to my eyes because of the acknowledgement that you just be with, like having this bigger perspective. It's like if you think the perspective is about problem solution, that's a very tiny world. But if you go to supposed problem, possibility, choice, change, future, it's like suddenly what you choose truly changes the world, and it it generates the earth. And what if we allow ourselves to be that pragmatic, like truly creating a future in a world that works for us, not just 5 years from now, but like boom, 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 like unlimited, or however long the earth would like to sustain or until it wants to change. So that's a totally different perspective. Thank you for that. And me too. I'm extremely much looking forward to the Pragmatic Practitioner class at the Castle. Holy moly, like that combination. Don't do it. It might be too much.
Well, you would need to surrender to receiving and change, which are all bad things. But oh well, if you're brave enough.
And you don't have to stay at the castle. You don't have to stay overnight. Like you have the luxury of someone providing that venue for the class, and you can either stay there overnight or stay at an Airbnb, very close next to the castle. There's so many possibilities, so it doesn't like cost you more. It is, or you use your ticket. If you have ever bought a Project Possibility ticket, you can use that as well.
Yeah.
And yeah.
There is also even a promotion in case you want to redeem your ticket, that if you buy like 3 whole nights, you get the 4th for free as a gift. Because, well, Gary Douglas and all the investors know the contribution that it is, both for you and for the castle, to stay at the castle. So there is also this possibility. So in case you want to, come one night before and then leave one night after and see what that creates. Then you can also choose it with ease.
How long that offer is? Like how long is it due?
I think it's gonna last the whole month of February for sure. But we'll double check and write it. And actually, just because I can, I will send a picture of the coffee break right now, because I will send you the picture. When they say a picture is more than 1,000 words, that.
I love that. Wow. Cool. So Pragmatic Practitioner at the Castle very soon.
27 to the 29th of March. So you can put it in your agenda.
27th to 29th of March, and online. I mean, you can join us online as well. And if you do 2 of those classes and a telecall, you can also become a pragmatic practitioner and use this in your, you know, web page, or, you know, as a thing, as a official thing you do and offer, or you want to become an intro facilitator. All of these are possible, and just contact me or anybody of our team to give you more information. And thank you for you, Chiara. And thank you, Emanuela.
Susanna. Yes, and Sibila for translating.
Thank you, Sibila, for translating.
We get so lucky.
See you soon. Ciao.
Ciao, Susanna. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mwah.